Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and welcome to another top 5 video where every single Saturday we pick a hero to look at their top 5 best skins. Soldier gets disappointed and I cry myself to sleep. Let's get it started. Today, what we have is looking at the top 5 best Winston skins. Last week for the top 5 best, Symmetra skins, we actually had Winston versus Soldier 69, and of course Winston 69 came up on top. Now most of you guys might already know how this series works, but for the 1% of you that hasn't been exposed to the cruel reality of the poll, every single week for the current top 5 video, I have everyone vote for what they would like to see next week between two heroes, usually Soldier 76 and a different hero. And that's exactly what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to vote in the top right hand corner between Soldier 76 and Roadhog. Vote for what top 5 video you would like to see next week. And yeah, let's just move on from the poll. Let's talk about Winston and some of his skins, because I'm gonna be honest guys, as terms of a hero, he's great. He's fantastic, he's warm, he's cute, he's adorable. He is such an amazing person. If Winston was a person, which he's not, he is a scientist. But when it comes to his skins, my god, does he have some of the best and some of the worst skins of all time in the whole entire Overwatch hero roster. He is one of, if not the most polarizing heroes when it comes to his skins. And you're gonna definitely see that at number 5, because I just had to put something at that spot, and it's not even that great of a skin, but it's just the fact that his other skins are so dookie that I had to put something at number 5, and I chose that skin. But yeah, so let's get started with the skins. And before anyone says it, I want to be Winston. I hate that meme, man. It's so funny. Beginning the list of the top 5 best Winston skins is going to be a skin that is not at all memorable, but again, I had to put something at number 5, and this is going to be BlizzCon 2017. It is so sad that it's just the fact that this exclusive skin is the only thing that is going for the skin. The fact that it's exclusive. He doesn't look different at all. Yes, the colors like a dark blue, light blue, and some grays are here and there, but overall, like, why would this beat out some of the other legendary skins that could have been on this list? And in all reality, it's not like he has a whole entire skin list that is terrible, no, but it's just the fact that he has Frogston and Specimen 28 that make me look at those skins and be like, I don't want to pay anything for those skins, especially Specimen 28. I mean, you're literally paying for a basic classic skin with a few wires attached to it, and you're willing to spend 3,000 credits on that? Come on, bruh. So that's why I figure BlizzCon 2017 is a little bit better than some of these other skins, especially Frogston. It's like, no, that's an epic skin. That's not a legendary skin, okay? Okay, Blizzard? But in all reality, that's probably the only bad skin on this list. The rest of these skins are very fire. Like I said, he has some of the best and some of the worst. The worst being Frogston and Specimen 28, and even BlizzCon 2017, some could argue. But now, at number 4 is his cutest skin of all time, and it's all because he has a tiny little mustache, and this is gonna be Safari. Out of Safari and Explorer, Safari takes the cake, all because I feel like the colors suit him better, and they really go together. I love the blue undershirt along with like the gray tones, like with his armor or whatnot, but obviously the thing that takes the cake here is his tiny gray little mustache. Oh! It's one of those things that is so stupid to like get excited about, but you really do appreciate it. I mean, Winston is just this warm character, so the fact that they gave him this mustache to further enhance that warm characterness, even though that was the worst description of it, makes me appreciate the skin a whole lot more. And also, it's the fact that it really does fit his character, which is like this scientist. Now, while scientists aren't necessarily explorers, well, explorers are pretty much going to research stuff or to really examine stuff or to just take data of things. So either way, while scientists aren't necessarily correlated with explorers, explorers could easily correlate with scientists, if that made any sense. I'm still sick, man. I'm still getting over the flu. Leave me alone. This is a cute skin. I love his top hat. His glasses are adorable too, but his mustache, oh, he's so adorable, man. But now the higher that we go on the list, the more and more some of these skins could easily be at number 1. But I feel like Winston is one of those heroes that it heavily depends on the player's opinion on the skin. Like when it comes to like Reaper or whatnot, it's pretty obvious what some of the best skins are, whether you play Reaper or not. But when it comes to Winston, some of these skins are very fitting because of the character, and that's why they should be at number 1. Or maybe it's because of the design aspect, or maybe the story. And for number 3, the story could easily put this at number 1, and this is going to be Wukong Winston. Coming with the Chinese New Year event comes this exclusive skin that has a very popular backstory. So I'm sure it's all common knowledge, but it's based on the Wukong mythological creature in Chinese folklore, and Wukong just easily translates to Monkey King. And while Winston is easily a scientist, for whatever reason, a lot of people love to call him Monkey or a gorilla or whatnot. I guess it's because I hope people understand the sarcasm there. So of course, when the Chinese New Year event was right around the corner, who else would get the most popular mythological creature skin than the scientist that kind of represents a gorilla or a monkey? But it was even before the Chinese New Year event that a lot of people speculated that Winston would be getting the Sun Wukong skin because one, well, he looks so much like the Monkey King, even though he's not a monkey, he's a scientist. But along with that, even before the Chinese New Year event, when Eco Point Antarctica dropped for the winter event, there was a tiny little drawing made by May that represent Winston, kind of like the Sun Wukong creature. And it does make sense because May is Chinese. Obviously, she's going to be celebrating the Chinese New Year event. So it was a tiny little build up to not only kind of hint towards a brand new Winston skin, but also hint towards a brand new Chinese New Year event. So that's why I really like this skin, is because of the backstory, but also the tiny little build up and also how fitting it is for the scientist to represent the mythological creature, the Monkey King. But now coming in at number 2 is going to be a skin that just recently came out, which means a lot of people are going to be kind of torn on this. They haven't had a lot of time to really get a feel for the skin, if they love it, if they hate it, if they don't care for it. But me personally, I'm biased. That's why I put it so high on the list. And this is going to be Catcher Winston. So when I made my top 5 best 2018 Summer Games skins, out of the 2 baseball skins, I put this one above Fastball Zenyatta, all because, well, if you guys haven't watched that video, I won't go into more detail about the story, but basically, I played baseball for so many years, and the position that I played was catcher. So obviously, I'm going to be more tied to the catcher skin than the pitcher skin, because that's basically what it was a pitcher skin and a catcher skin. Fastball Zenyatta obviously has the baseballs, where Winston is just this big giant dude that already has armor, so of course, he's going to get the catcher armor. That's what we call it in baseball. I loved calling it armor. It made me seem more cooler than I actually was. So yes, obviously I'm going to be a whole lot biased towards the skin because that was the position that I played, but the way that it's designed is fantastic as well. Again, this is a skin that you really wouldn't come to expect. This is a skin that you really wouldn't think about, but in execution, it is fantastic. Yes, it might not fit the character that Winston's all about, this warm, adorable scientist hero, but the way that he's designed, it transfers pretty well. Like I said, with the armor, with the sunglasses as well, because Winston, his iconic glasses are always there, but they replaced it with Oakley's, which I really did like. They gave it the catcher's mask, but also his gun. While I haven't been talking about his Tesla gun enough, the baseball bag is fantastic. There's 2 baseball bats on the side along with baseballs actually inside of the Tesla gun or the bag itself, and also just the bag. Everything about this skin, it just makes me appreciate it, all because I did play baseball. The tiny little details that they actually implemented with it, with the Oakley's, because most baseball players play with Oakley sunglasses, the baseball bats, the catcher armor, and the shielding and whatnot. It is just so perfect, so adorable. Personally, it's one of my favorite skins of all time, all because, again, I did play the position, I did play baseball, and Winston, he's a great character. But it's not a classic skin. If this would have came out before number 1, then easily it could be number 1. But unfortunately, it did not, because at number 1, this came out a long time ago. It's a classic skin in my eyes, and it's so fitting for what Winston's all about. Ladies and gentlemen, at number 1, it's gonna be Frogston. You thought I was gonna talk about YETI Winston. I'm just kidding. It is YETI Winston. I really hate Frogston. Like, why is this a legend? It's literally just a Buzz Lightyear dumbed down skin. Either way, what I'm trying to say here is that YETI Winston is such a classic skin. It's one of his first event legendary skins. It spawned a whole entire game mode, and it's just the fact that they made Winston, who is a scientist and kind of a monkey, into a freaking Yeti, one of the most menacing creatures of all time, even though it's not real, but oh my god, he's a Yeti! So just a quick backstory before I gasm more over this skin. One of the first events that I ever got to participate in was the 2016 winter event, and when that event dropped, I was so overwhelmed by how many skins I could buy and how little credits I had, because at the time, I was first starting off with Overwatch, so a lot of my loot boxes weren't giving me duplicate credits, so I couldn't easily just buy the skin that I wanted. I had to be very, very careful on who I picked. The May Santa Claus skin was fantastic, but at the time, I didn't know if I really wanted to get it because it wasn't that fantastic of a skin. There was a Santa Claus Torbjorn skin, which I think I did buy eventually, but also there was YETI Winston. And at the time, I was playing May and not really Winston, but I just love the design aspect of YETI Winston so much that I actually pondered about getting it. But luckily for me, one of the loot boxes I actually did buy, because yes, I did cave in, and that's how my addiction to loot boxes soon started, and then I started to feed Jeff Kaplan's cocaine addiction. One of the first loot boxes that I ever opened that had an event legendary skin was YETI Winston. And you don't know how excited and ecstatic I was because, again, it was one of my first event legendary skins, and the fact that I got that fantastic skin made me so happy, man. It's those fond memories that I look back on, and sometimes I wish I can just go back and relive those experiences, because now when I open loot boxes, it's still exciting, but it doesn't have that magic that I once had, because at the time, I didn't know what I was gonna get, but I was still excited either way, whether it was gonna be a victory pose, or a highlight intro, or heck, even a spray. But it's those times, those few times, that I would get a legendary event skin that I would just get so ecstatic, and it didn't even matter who it was. And in this case, it was YETI Winston, and it's those memories that I still hold close to me, because it made me appreciate the game of Overwatch, appreciate Blizzard and the artists there, and just appreciate everyone that worked on this game. And I know I'm looking way deeper into it, and it's just a skin, but, you know, that was my first event and one of my first event skins, and, you know, it's those memories I'll forever hold close and dear to my heart. And I know I just went on a ramble spree right there, but the skin itself, yeah, it's simple. He has white fur, he looks like a Yeti. His Tesla gun, however, has animal skulls in it to symbolize, hey, I can kill you. I won't, because I love you, May. I love you, everyone else, but I could easily kill you. So yeah, I might be a little bit biased in terms of my fondness of the skin, but I don't think anyone can disagree and say that this skin is terrible. This could easily be everyone's favorite Winston skin, even if they don't have like a charming story like how I do with this skin. But that doesn't mean I don't want to hear what your favorite Winston skin is. I didn't say this at the beginning of the video and a lot of my videos, but I encourage all you guys to leave me what your favorite Winston skins are in the form of a top 5 list, or maybe it's just one skin. Just let me know. So anyway, guys, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.